Okay. Good morning, germs, worms, friends and neighbors, and all you lovely people who follow our little fucking ditty here. Glad to have you.
As you know, or you may not know, I'm Kelly. This is Mike, and we like to talk about the supernatural, the metaphysical, and the paranormal. And we enjoy that.
Ghostas, things that
Uh,
go bump in the fucking night.
We're going to talk ghosties, spirits, apparitions, orbs, all these items that just go bump in the night. And if you don't know, last week I was up visiting Mike, and
Lucky me.
yeah, and at the edge of his woods, I seen an apparition, a ghost, just standing looking. I seen it. However, Mike did not. So there's a lot of people who have seen ghosts.
A lot of
And
us.
yeah, Mike has a great ghost story of a person who he knows
Yeah.
who has seen a
He's
ghost.
that's kind of he's kind of my stepson. And between his first marriage, he his father had passed. So he was telling or praying or however you want to call it, stating that he hopes that he could find a way that somehow to know that his father is okay. And well, anyhow, the door opened or a door opened and whatever it was come out into his house and he goes and they said, oh yeah, blah blah blah. And then but it was like the lights started coming on and going off and doors opening and shutting and but it was not his father and it wasn't anybody that was going to tell him about his father. But anyhow, this whatever this thing was, it just kept it up. And his stepchildren, his wife that's married, had kids. They they kept saying blaming him for trying to scare them. And he goes, no, 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 it's not me. And then while he was saying that, no, no, there was a cupboard door that opened and then shut. And then he'd go to the kitchen and he'd have his dishes stacked on top of the table,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
frightening.
like in Ghostbusters,
That
you know.
is
And he's
frightening.
going, "What the fuck?" And he says, he goes, "This, I couldn't believe it." He goes, "There for a while." He goes, "I didn't believe in ghosts, and now I got this going on in my house." So he got a hold of the state. They have there's a they do have they have people here that go out and they film and they do all sorts of stuff with ghosts, you know. And they went to his house and they were there for a month and they had all this shit set up everywhere in every room. I mean, he goes, you think about privacy. If you wanted privacy, you had to go take a shit because that's the only place they didn't have a camera set up in the bathroom. So that's where you had your privacy. You wanted to go do something, whatever, take a shit. So anyhow, all this and eventually they stopped and they told him, they go, you know, you definitely have a spirit here. You have something here. We're recording it. And it's coming up on all of our monitors and blah blah blah. And he goes, he goes, I don't really give a fuck. Get rid of it. And he goes, well, it's not that simple. He goes, explain to me how you got this fucker here. What did you do? He goes, well, my father passed, and I sat and I just prayed with all my might that I would have a way for somebody on the other side to tell me how his father was doing, that he was okay. And you go, oh fuck, you did that? And he goes, well, yeah. He goes, well, you can't do that. You open up that fucking portal, and all of a sudden anybody can go through it. Your father, fucking half a dozen other ones, fucking some serial killer from days on by. Are you fucking insane? He goes, well, I didn't know. He goes, I just want to know my father's doing okay. Like,
And
don't
you
do
know,
this.
that is a good segue into I firmly believe what you engage in is going to happen.
Yeah.
So by that I mean, like, if you watch like demon possessions on TV all the time, and you're really into that, it's possible that that's going to happen to you.
What you reap, you shall sow.
Yes, what you, and so, you know, just remember that if you watch all kinds of spooky movies or play with a Ouija board,
Yeah.
those kind of things come back to bite you in the butt.
Yeah, it will. Anyhow, that being said, I don't know. He goes, I don't know what they did, but they got rid of it. And he goes, if it went to another house, another realm, he goes, I don't give a fuck. It's gone. He says, I will never cross that road again. And the Lord help the people that fucker went to if it went to another place. He goes, because I know just what he's fucking made of. I mean, it wasn't going to harm him, but God, it got irritating that doors would open, shut for no reason.
And you know what people don't realize is that fear is a low vibration emotion. And by low vibration, I mean that the other side or the entity that he was dealing with was feeding off of that lower
Yeah,
vibration. It was it, and so the more they feared him, the stronger he got.
yeah. Anyhow, so that's my ghost story. I've never seen per se a ghost. I know many people who've seen ghosts, and some. Granted, the ghosts don't. Everybody I've ever talked to, the ghosts don't talk back, but it's like they know what they mean or what they want to do or what they want to say. It's not that they talk. It must be some kind of a mental projection or ESP, so to speak.
Anytime that I've had any kind of communication from spirit, it has always been,
Like ESP.
it's in my head.
You just knew.
So it doesn't sound so crazy. It's in my head, which
Yeah.
is horrible because now I sound completely crazy because it's in my
Welcome to my world.
So yeah, woohoo! Welcome to the crazy forum.
Where's the padded room at?
So yeah, it is, and it's interesting because it's a knowing and a feeling, and it's all,
Yeah,
you know,
it's just there.
for me to visually see that poltergeist or that spirit or that entity at the edge of your woods, that's not normal for me. I don't visually see things
Well,
like
you got lucky then. Now you got to say why he was there.
Okay, he was there because a reason why I went up to see Mike was because he had
I had
lost,
a good friend die.
he had a very close personal friend pass.
Yeah.
She walked over the Rainbow Bridge. And so she actually, me and Mike were up late watching television and enjoying each other's company. And I went to bed and I was exhausted. And as I was falling asleep, I heard Joe say to me, please tell Mike and Nona that I'm happy. And she goes, no, that's wrong. Don't tell them I'm happy. Tell them I'm joyful.
Joyful.
And and I said, okay. And I was asleep. So the next day, I see this apparition standing at the forest, and I'm seeing it and I'm seeing it. And finally, I get tired of seeing it. I ask Mike, come over here and see if you see it. He doesn't see it. And then it dawns on me that the reason why I'm seeing this is because I hadn't told Mike what,
about
you
my
know,
friend.
what was asked for me to relay about his friend. Once I told him what was told to me, what Joe had delivered to me, I looked up and the apparition was gone. And he never came back. I never seen him after that.
Yeah, it's gone.
So, and I was there multiple days after I delivered that. So,
and the twinkly lights left too.
those twinkly lights were, I have no idea because you live at the end of a very dark road. And he lives in the sticks, ladies and gentlemen. He lives out there in the twigs and the sticks in the boondocks. He looks like a mountain man and he lives almost out in the mountain man. area.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's dark. It's dark 30 where
And you expect this old motherfucker to have twinkly lights in his house. You goofy shit. The last thing I'm going to have is twinkly fucking lights.
Well, they kept me awake most of the night that night. Not the night that Joe talked to me, but another night. I had little twinkly lights, and I was like, finally, I was like, screw it, I'm going to sleep. I'm not dealing with this.
That's them fucking fairies and pixies that live in the woods.
Personally, I should have gotten up and looked at it to see what it was.
There ain't nothing down there. Nothing.
And maybe I would have, communicated or something or seen them, but
Oh, you just,
I
yeah.
was tired and I wanted to go to sleep.
They just said hi.
I just said hi. Yeah, them and the cat.
Yeah. Yeah. The cat leaves them alone.
All
That's
right.
like Diane. Now, the other Diane, she along this was probably a year ago or so. Now she was attacked in her sleep in my house up there on that bed. She told me this last night, and I didn't understand. I go, "Are you shitting me? Why didn't you tell me then? Why didn't you tell me that?" She goes, "Well, I didn't want to alarm any, but she's a seer. She sees." And I go, "Well, why didn't you, was Pia in bed with you?" She goes, "Well, Pia was right on the floor by the bed." I go, "Why didn't you grab Pia and bring him up in the bed? He'd have chased away whatever it was that was after you." And she goes, "Well, I didn't even think of it, but I was trying to fight this thing off." And then while she's trying to fight it off, she gave Chad a black eye because he was in bed too, you know, thrashing and
Chad, I
everything.
don't mean to be laughing, but
So it was in her dreams, and she's thrashing around, and I couldn't for the life of me think of what it would be, because I had already saged and salted my house. So, and I'm thinking, Chad's getting the shit knocked out of him. Pia's sleeping on the floor, and she's not got enough sense to reach down, just grab Pia and bring him up on the bed. Because him being my familiar, he'd have taken care of that right away.
right away.
Yeah, because the fairies and the pixies and everything, they leave him alone, but he don't bother him either. He knows them.
All right, we're down to our 2-minute notice.
What?
We're 2 minutes down.
Okay, you got to go now. What else you got?
We're done. We got to go.
No, we're just getting started.
We're just getting started.
What the fuck? We always run out of time.
For our listeners or our video watchers, we will be changing platforms. We will keep you up to date on that. Let you know how that's going.
Yeah, we might be. Tell them we might be live.
We might be either going with a longer platform or going live, but we have a producer, so yeah, snaps.
Yeah, it's all fucking good, guys.
All right, well, we gotta go.
Okay,
I'll be able to post this one.
okay, bye, guys. Have a good one.
Have a good